All right, guys, this is gonna be another video. We're gonna be doing kind of like I'm gonna be talking about the game, doing my own like review on the game. Obviously, way late, months way late after the game had came out. I had just finished the game maybe about a couple weeks ago now. Almost yeah, a couple weeks ago now. So this is kind of like my review, what I wanted to talk about the game and stuff like this. So going back to when it first came out, they gave us 3 days early before the game was officially announced to come out. Well, I mean, before it was announced that we can play it 3 days early, and then it broke. So like the game basically, like they had to do an update when the game officially came out on the day that it came out. We had to redo our gameplays. Had to basically replay the game from what ever part we left off on. We had to go back and redo the whole game. So a lot of people were stuck on, basically they already had done 8 hours. I was lucky enough that I only did 3 to 4 hours on the game already, maybe even 2 hours. So I wasn't that far in the game. Went back, redid whatever I needed to do, and then came back. Wasn't too bad for me. Other people, yes. I've only experienced a blue screen maybe a couple times on the game. Back before like they did a whole bunch of updates and stuff. There was at a certain point before they did their latest like updates on the game, their latest stuff that they did to the game this past like 2 3 months. I think it's probably even longer than that when they did like some updates on the game. They had like done a bunch of updates to change to redo some of the bugs, basically to refix the bugs on the game and redo some other stuff on the game. Um, so like bug wise, it's not too bad. It's not like lately from what I played because I basically finished the game already. There's not really any bugs on the game anymore. Um, there, there's not too much stuff bad about the game actually. Like the thing with me is like the way I play the games and the way I do the gameplay is like I like to go through a lot of different things within the game and showcase it in my gameplays, regardless of how much of it is there and stuff like that, because you never know how much of this is going to change the story, change certain outcomes or whatever. Um, all I'm gonna say is this: like the cutscenes for the game, like where you actually see like the characters talking and interacting with each other, those are perfect. The gameplay wise, like the what you're looking at, what you're seeing, everything moving and stuff like that, that's perfect also. Like I didn't have too much of a complaint about stuff. Obviously, I started on PS5 and then went to PS5 Pro. So like I didn't experience a lot of the stuff that a lot of people were complaining about on the game, with like certain lag issues, certain like stuff glitching out. I did have a certain points where like I would end up starting a mission too close to a character. So like it didn't push me back away from the character, it kept me close to them. So all I saw was like the back of my head in front of their face. So like that was kind of some complaints that I would had at the beginning. Um but yeah, I mean the gameplay for everything, like the gun shooting, the driving, the flying in space battles and stuff, good for like everything is good. It is good. Like I know a lot of people complain that like I think when the game first came out and when the game first like was about to come out was like it's a girl main character, girl main protagonist trying to be like whatever. And there's a lot of people that talk about certain different things. I didn't have problems with it as long as they did a good main character, built off from it, and that's what they did. Like her whole backstory of being like a thief, her mom being a thief also, which her mom is named Rico. Like good fucking backstory. Like they really did her backstory. ND5, I think, out of a lot of the characters, are pretty fucking well done. Also, like you also got to see, I think it's Sliro, and like the certain characters that you interact. Jalen also, Jalen, Sliro, and certain other characters you get to see throughout the game. Like you get to experience Jabba, you get to experience like a bunch of other characters, even Darth Vader. You got to see him in the game, not officially, make contact with him. But you got to see some certain characters from the main story, and like you got to experience what happened with Jalen and his family. You got to experience like the whole concept of having a death mark on you, the whole concept of like all these other different things around you, and in like and stuff like that. I mean, like even going on the map right now, like if you decided to come to Akiva, like basically like Kuimi, this is the Kuimi system, right? Like Kajimi, I think Kajimi City. Hold on. So where we're at, map wise, is we're on Jonta's Hope right now, right? So like there is there is two main story missions for me to do now. Because I did downloaded the DLC, so these are the two like main quests and stuff like this. Like this whole thing to like see like there's a bunch of side quests if you decide to do them all. Like great. I'm not gonna do them all. I'm gonna try to do some of the DLC stuff. See how far I could get into the DLC. Maybe even try to finish it. Um, I mean the whole thing of like you get one bike, right? You get a speeder and you get a trailblazer. Whatever you can do with them is like you can upgrade them. There's plenty of upgrades to do on them. And I mean, it's crazy like the certain amount of things that you can do. You can change its appearance. So there's like the vintage. There's like little trinkets you can put on here. There is so like you can do the paint job. You can do the trinkets. You can do like the little trophies that you collect from like certain different things, like finding Boba Fett's like stuff, like you know what I mean, bounty hunter mask trophy. Like these are like little trophies that you can get in the game. Um, yeah, like that's fucking cool as hell. And you can just mount these on your bike and stuff like that. This is an instrument, a multi-purpose instrument. Like, dude, these are all crazy. I decided to choose this one, which is everyone needs to stay warm, and like, dude, that cool. Like, you can have one of these too, which is board was probably ruined after a game against a Wookiee. Like, dude, this is fucking cool too. Like, I mean, then you get to change like little trinkets. You get like little trinkets and stuff like that. Some of these you find throughout the map. Same thing with like paint jobs and stuff. You can find some of this without even having like. I mean, there is some money that you can spend on the game and stuff like that too. The Trailblazer also has its own upgrades, multiple upgrades. You can do like. Then you have like the appearances too. Like he has his own paint job, the fuel, the way like the back looks when you're like leaving stuff or whatever. Also, you got to add your own little trinkets and stuff like that. So I mean, like everything to do with the game, like the equipment, the loadout. You get to choose like there's plenty of different like gear to put on. You can change Nix's stuff, what he's gonna eat, certain other charms and stuff. The blaster, I love that they chose like where you can only use one weapon. That weapon you can like change certain different things on it, figure out what power source you want to on it. Like there is the pulse, there is the blast, there's the bolt. Like this one's already ready for me to come out. Like this is the pulse basically. And then there's the ion, there's also the plasma. I didn't unlock the final thing on any of these, just like I couldn't find. I haven't like unlocked it basically from like leveling up stuff or whatever. But like I said, everything to do with the game, like I think a lot of people were complaining that they limited you on like what you can do in the game. For like, I guess Trailblazers, you weren't able to steal certain things from certain people, weren't able to steal ships from people, weren't able to steal weapons. Well, technically, you can end up getting a weapon off of people. Once they end up dying in front of you, you can pick up their weapon and use it and stuff like that. Obviously, you can't upgrade it or do anything with it because the whole concept of her like having all these things was kind of like Han Solo-esque, right? She's kind of like a Han Solo character. You get to also see Han Solo on ice and like certain things like that. Experience that he is on ice at this time, and this whole story takes place during his time on ice and like when he was frozen and stuff like that. Like the different worlds that you get to experience too on like, I mean, like if you really think about like the map and what do you get to experience, like it's crazy. Like the different maps. So Toshara. You got to go to Kijimi, Kiva, and I think and Tatooine, right? Then there's like out like dude, all of this stuff is well unknown, obviously. But I think there's other maps that you're going to be able to go to sooner or later, like for the DLC wise and stuff like that. You get to experience some stuff back on these planets. And I think they might add like one or two planets. But like I said, everything you experience on the game is well put together. The worlds that you experience are well versed and stuff like Tatooine. You get to experience like the Jawas on there. You get to experience like the worm in the sand and stuff. Even the dead worm where you like see like it dead and you get to go through its belly and all this other stuff. So like there's plenty of things you get to experience on these games that is fucking pretty insane. Some of like the animals on here too. You don't have to kill the animals. You can. There are certain animals that are very hostile towards you and stuff like that. But I mean, the game itself felt good, was good. The story, I think the only thing with me is like obviously like the story. You can tell that there was a little bit of lackluster in certain parts in the story where it could have been done a little bit better for certain characters when they're talking. Like Sliro and Jaden, I think ND5 and certain times when you talk to like certain side characters, they had a better like voice, like their script was a little bit better than certain parts in the story, right? Like Kay's story, if you pay attention to her whole story throughout it, is like, she did a fucked up job with her mom. Her and her mom were supposed to do a job, and she ends up letting out Nyx, which is her partner now. And her mom gets captured. Her mom ends up having to leave. Basically, they like, her mom ends up leaving her, and basically she stays with her like adopted, parent and stuff like that. Like basically her mom's closest friend. And I mean, the whole story to do with everything is pretty insane. Is like, you're trying to build up a heist. You get a death mark on you after you failed the heist once. You get a death mark on you. So like this whole time you're trying to clear your death mark and you're trying to build the story. Then you get Jalen and ND5, like ND5 and Jalen, like basically like in order for you to get the money to do all this stuff, you're going to build this heist with them or whatever. And then after a while, like you get into all these battles and you experience certain things with certain characters, whatever. And I mean, it's a well built story, especially like you get to experience like the racing part in the game, like with like, betting on races. Not the best thing to do, trust me. Like it's very hard to like experience, like, to figure out who's going to win in those horse races and stuff like that. There is some betting behind it and like some logic. Then there's the card game. Like the card game in this game is fucking good if you know what you're doing, and you get to go to the tables, earn certain charms, earn certain abilities throughout the tables. So like you get to experience certain things like that also. So like, and I mean, it is a good experience because like I had never experienced a card game for this. Like there is like it's been put out in the world before. For like if you go watch certain movies and certain TV shows for like Star Wars, the game is thrown in there somewhat, but you never experience it fully. So like experiencing it throughout this game, knowing that you can actually play it, the card game is like built in real life also, so you could end up getting the card game in real life and playing it also. But it's different in real life than in what it like the way they created it, like the actual game in like where you can hold it in your hands and stuff. It's created different. The rules are different than what you experience in the game. They made it a little bit more simpler in the game and a little bit more interesting. There is a lockpick system where you have like a certain drill and you can do the sequences, if you can time the sequences and stuff. I took it off because like it made the story go by a little bit faster. I wasn't stuck on unlocking stuff, so I took off that for a bit. I kept the slice stuff, so like I can slice stuff. The whole like breaking into stuff, slicing stuff or whatever, like it's fucking insane. what you can do on the game is pretty cool and everything like that. What do you experience, who you interact with, who you get to talk to, and stuff like that is very incredible on the game. And I like the concept of like having one ship, like one bike, one gun. You know what I mean? You have a certain partner, and that partner right now, like if I do this, it'll show you like what you could pick up if you really wanted, if somebody was close to you or whatever. You see, like, and have him fetch certain things, and then have him release certain things, hold certain things, so that way you can blast certain things or whatever. And I mean, when you're in certain battles, you can have him fight, like start fighting somebody. You can take them down, whatever. So I mean, like the
Way to
everything to
go.
do with the game is pretty insane. I think in all honesty, like the people that didn't give it a chance when it first came out, with all the updates that came out for it, with everything that's already done for the game so far, I think you would enjoy it. I think with the certain concepts of like, I think there is some stuff that was done in the updates where like the army coming after you, which is the stormtroopers. There is death troopers. If like you get your wanted level high enough, you can end up fighting death troopers and stuff like that. The gangs within the story that you get to experience, like you get reputation. So like I'm bad with the pikes right now, but I'm good with the Crimson, the Huts, and a Shiga clan. I'm almost even better than good with them. So like all of these are pretty high. This is the only low one because I did something stupid and got him pissed off. But then I mean, you also get this. You get to experience the lore if you want to go like experience these with certain activities, factions, the characters. Every single character you experience, you get their like who they are, what they are, and where they're coming from. Right? Like you also get to experience Alira, like which is a Crimson Dawn syndicate. You get to experience Lady Kiara. Like there is more backstory to her also. Like all these different characters that are from all these different places that you could experience, and like it's fucking crazy. And I mean, even this guy in like our first heist, like one of our like other heist missions and stuff of like getting him out, and like he becomes like a big like card player in the game. The world, every single world you get to experience like everything you go through in those worlds, like. And I mean, Tosh, like, dude, even the characters, um, like, I mean, there's locations, there's the animals that you experience on these worlds. Like, it's pretty insane. Like, you get to experience, like, you get back information on certain things. More lore for Star Wars than we've gotten in a while. Like, I mean, even with the Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order games, like, those have been pretty good fucking games. This one is a good game. Like you get certain treasures if you like follow certain nicks to certain places when he decides to go look out for certain treasure. I'm missing some of those. ISB reports missing a bunch of those. Missing the Jets journal transmissions. These are the holograms, which like each one of these are like little episodes. These are like actual these come out on TV or the radio or something like that. It's pretty crazy. Um, and then you also get these. Like I think I'm missing one because of like a certain play. So like progression is 11 out of 25. So technically, I'm missing 25 of these different different little table for the card game and stuff like that. So like there's a bunch of stuff to do in here. You also get the tutorials. You want to go look at the tutorials for, oh, that's what it is. Kessel Sabak. So you get to read up on Sabak, what the vehicles do, who K and Nix are. Like there's the journal, obviously this gives you everything to do with like, you get contracts, you can do certain contracts in the game. Um Key parts, like you get also like look for certain parts that'll be help you develop certain things for like your weapon, your ship, whatever. There's outlaw legends, which like this one is the one I haven't done at all yet. ND5 found a device that might lead to some interesting discoveries. So like this is on Toshara. um and then like you get the gunslinger, the high roller. So like these are other two like characters I need to find to like get certain things done with them. There's that. These are all like still main story stuff that I haven't completed. Might end up completing them within like another episodes or whatever on the channel. I mean, you get your abilities. So like every single person has their own little thing that you can unlock with them. He's from the main like first part of the story, so like you get to unlock certain things by like doing certain things with within the game, and I mean it's pretty interesting. So each one has their own little things that you can unlock with them. Like hers is more insane. Is like complete a smuggler contract. I haven't been able to complete a smuggler contract. The contracts are fucking hard. That's something where it's kind of interesting too. This one actually specifically tells you where to go to find a specific part to unlock this like thing for slicing or whatever. All these different characters have a bunch of different things that you can unlock with them. Certain abilities and stuff like that can help you progress in the story pretty fast. Like this guy, I'm still missing two things with him. Um, and I mean, it is insane. Even with this guy, like I unlocked everything with him already too. Like, and then there's two people that I'm missing. I think this is the gunslinger and the high roller. So the high roller is supposed to help you with sabak, and this is supposed to help you with gunslinging and all this other stuff. So like, there's plenty of stuff to do in the game, plenty of stuff to experience. Like, I mean, the main thing for me is like the story was good. Like you get if you go back and watch my latest video I did, where like you're already close to the ending, you have to finish certain, you have to collect a passcode that Sliro and Jalen probably have, like Sliro has on him, so that way you can go do the heist and stuff like that. Like, dude, it is insane to experience Darth Vader getting pissed off at Sliro for like fucked up for like the fuck up he did and stuff like that, or Sliro just saying stuff back to him and trying to be mean to him and stuff like that. Like, it's very insane to experience the fighting between some of these characters. When you say something that can like hinder a certain person's like thing, because you can change if you experience something, you can end up telling that person beforehand before they end up interacting with this person later on in the story, which can change their interaction with certain people and stuff like that. So like everything that they put into the game, it's pretty crazy. I mean, this journal has helped me out a lot. Like, there's plenty of stuff to go do, and like, dude, I still haven't visited the wind tunnel, even though like I visited it already and did certain things I needed to do. I mean, there is plenty of side missions, especially in like certain places. Um, I mean, even this Crimson Dawn Vault, like I'm supposed to like get all the key cards and stuff like that. Like there is plenty of stuff to do in the game if you really decide to like go and experience the game, go and do all this stuff. Like if you get it for free, like I think there are certain points where like this game has came out for free already through like through the Game Pass for like Ubisoft and like on PlayStation Store, like with PlayStation Plus and stuff like that. There has been certain points where it has been free. So like I said, if you decide to experience the game, I would 100% if you get the chance to even buy the game for cheap, or if you're able to like get the game for free or whatever, I would wholeheartedly tell you play the game for, even if you're just playing it for a couple hours. Play the game, sit down, experience it, go through it, see what it's all about. It is a good story, and like the gameplay in between kind of like can hinder the story because the story ain't that big anyways. But like certain people you interact with, certain cutscenes that you get in the game, certain like scenes that you experience in the game when like you're just seeing characters interact with each other and talk, like the story itself is pretty insane. I think it's everything else to do with like certain like side missions and stuff like that, certain stuff that you're continuously doing over and over and over again. Like with every Ubisoft game, like their open world games have felt the same continuously. But I mean, the story itself, what you're experiencing, is pretty insane. I think the only thing I could critique is like the credits were way too long. I think like they don't get me wrong, for how many people worked on the game, they should all be able to have their name on there and stuff like that. But like the credits were way too long. Even with the fast button that it gave you to hold down to like make the credits go by, it still took way too long. I had to skip the credits in order to like see the final cutscene that they were going to show me, see certain things within the game, experience certain things within the game. So like I said, the story for the game was very good. The game itself, what I experienced on the game was pretty good. And like there was certain points where like I experienced something where I had to restart the game from a certain loading point because like I glitched out something or I did something way too fast back a while back when I was first playing the game. And that was back in December. The last time I had touched the game before a couple weeks ago. Because the last time I officially touched the game was a couple weeks ago. But before that, it was back in December. Was officially like I think it was December and January. I think I might have stopped in December actually, where it was the last time I officially touched the game and got it up to the point. I was just like, when I started playing again, I was like, dude, why didn't I just play this game and finish it when I was supposed to? But coming back, taking a break from like open world games for a while and like experiencing certain things, sitting back was pretty insane. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna have this. Like I said, it. I don't know if I'm gonna have Gabe like come back, redo this or whatever. But what I am trying to, what I am gonna try to do here is like, if you like what I'm talking about, um, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you thought this video was kind of okay. Um, and hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you are new to the channel. Like I said, guys, hopefully if you guys like kind of, like my review and stuff like that. I know it's a little bit long, but yeah, like I said, this game was very good, very insane for me to play. I think there is certain parts where it kind of felt stale. Certain parts where it kind of felt like this or that. But yeah, all in all, like the gameplay, the story, there is a lot of stuff to be built on if they decide to do another like Star Wars game based in this universe, based with her again, would be pretty insane. And yeah, guys, like I said, hopefully you guys have liked everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.